Greetings to all of our friends from Roosters and Ranches. I hope that you guys are doing well. Here we are having breakfast. Last night we had a blast. It was Mexican Independence. Well, today is Mexican Independence Day, and last night we were celebrating. And here we are having breakfast. But basically, I'm eating some menudo right now. This is how we cure our hangovers here in Mexico. It's basically a goat meat soup, boiled. You have to eat it real hot. And here we have the ingredients. You can add grind chili, you can add oregano, you can add some lemon and some onion to it, and of course a fresh Coke, a fresh cup of Coke, and some tortillas, some corn tortillas. And this is how we do it over here. This is how we get rid of our hangovers. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about rotation in our birds, how important it is to rotate them. But first I want to go say hi to my uncle. I haven't seen him in a while, and let's go visit him. Here you can see over here in Mexico how they use any little land to grow their corn. And let's go say hi to my uncle, see how he's doing. He doesn't speak English, so bear with me.
¿Qué hay, mi seco? ¿Verdad? ¿Qué es mi security? ¿Cómo anda? ¿Ya almorzó o qué? ¿A cómo la bolsa? Está bien. No, nada, ahorita. No, ni almorzado. No andar tragando cacahuates, güey. No. ¿Tú crees? Yo.
Un papel por ahí.
¿Traes weed?
Ya.
Ya no fumes.
Yes.
Te hace daño.
En la noche.
Que el otro día te dio el ataque, ¿da?
El otro día, y aquí.
Y luego.
Y aquí me llevaron.
Y no te alivianas. Oliendo mal.
Aquí es donde me golpeó también el pendejo de tu tío.
¿Cuál tío? ¿Otra vez? Pero si le pegaste, ¿no? ¿Te defendiste? ¿Te defendiste? Pues manco no está. ¿Verdad? Sí, ahorita se hace mi seco, aguante. Estoy grabando aquí una filmación. ¿Eh? Para subirla al Face.
Graba la loca que anda por ahí, mira.
¿No quiere mandar saludos para alguien, mi seco?
Sí. ¿Cómo no? A todo el barrio.
A los de allá, para el otro lado.
También.
¿A qué parte?
A San Fernando, a Pacoima, a todo el valle de San Joaquín y para arriba, a Fresno y Elías.
¿Y para el sur?
También para sur, a todos los de Guerrero,
No, pero de California.
para sur de California, a todos los de Los Ángeles
¿Y San Diego?
y San Diego y todo el valle allí,
¿Y Texas?
Texas y Wisconsin, Racine y Madera y qué sé yo,
Hasta Fresno, California nos vamos.
Sí,
Ya está mi seco, ¿no? Pues ahí estamos, mi security.
And there it is. That's my uncle Seco. And let's get started. These are some blacks I have, some Kelso blacks. There you could see how he was before we dubbed them. Here we have him in his slime pen. This is where he's been most of the molting season. And as you guys can see, we really haven't moved them around. At this point, there wasn't really any rotation since they started molting, since we dubbed them. And we just try to leave them in their flying pens. Like I said in one of our molting videos, we just try to leave them alone, you know, not handle them, definitely not spar them. And we just like to leave them here until they finish shedding out all their feathers. Once they've shedded off all their feathers, then we clean up. You know, we soften up the land in the flying pens. You know, we like to switch the land around, loosen it up, so it could be as comfortable for them as can be, and they could even bird bath if they want. And as you guys can see, all those feathers there, it's time to get this guy out of here, clean up, and loosen up that land, loosen up the land, so they could start scratching. They'll start bird bathing if they want, and they could finish out molting. This is what we like to do. We take them out, we start rotating them, we loosen up their land. Once we take them out, we will deworm. We like to deworm once again, and we like to apply some vitamin B12. We're using Tornell's 5500 here in Mexico, and here you can see him. We loosened up his dirt, and the rooster looks in good condition. We're mid-September, and he's almost done molting. Hopefully by the end of October he should be ready. This is, like I said, one of my crossbreeds. This is a Kelso with a McLean hatch and crossed to black hens. So the dad is a Kelso and the mom is a McLean with black hens. And as you guys can see, he looks like everything's going well for him. He's almost done molting out. We've been giving him molting feed, which I showed in one of my videos, the Red Force, and we've been giving him Mega Plumax from Purina. And as you can see, this guy's kind of active. You know, he seems like he's in good condition. He's really not stressed out. And as you guys can see, he's almost done molting out. This is one of our sweaters. These are the sweater Albanese. This is before we went into molting season. This day we dubbed them. We dubbed them this day, and like I said, we like to dub them before going into molting season, and so that way once the molting starts, they'll be ready. We don't have to really bother them during their molting season. A lot of people have mentioned that it's best to leave them alone, not dub them during molting season, because people have mentioned that stops their feather growth. You know, that stops the growth in their feathers. Who knows? I really don't know, but what I do know is that I just like leaving them alone. I dub them before we go into molting season, like when they're bull stags, when they're over a year old and we're gonna go into molting season. Then I take advantage and we dub them, so that once they're in molt, we don't have to mess with them. We don't have to stress them out more than they already are. And as you guys can see, my sweater Albany here, this guy's going on 2 years already, and he's looking fine. Like I said, we gave them the vitamins the other day once we switched them from the scratch pens in the grass. We moved them here to the dirt. We loosened up their dirt. We dewormed them, and we're providing these vitamins, and he looks like he's ready. He looks like his molt is coming along nice. His tail, his hackle, all his feathers have come in already. And one thing I wanted to mention about the rotation is that these sweaters really respond good to this rotation system. A lot of us, well, here at the ranch lately, this is how we've been conditioning. We really don't use the table anymore. We don't really use flying them around, you know, making them scratch, flipping them around and all that kind of stuff, and conditioning. We don't do that anymore. Basically all we do is just switch them from one flying pen to the scratch pens, you know, put them in the grass, bring them over to these flying pens, loosen up their dirt, put them on the tie cords. We like to do that on the tie cords early morning on the tie cords, so they could have the early sun hitting them. And that's how we've been conditioning. These sweater Albanese don't really need much conditioning, that's why I like these birds, because they respond fast to everything. We've been rotating them in the last 15 days, and we've only applied half a milliliter of this 5500 vitamin B12. And man, these guys really take advantage of it. As you guys can see, all these birds, man, they're in good condition. They're scratching, they're eating well, they're feeding well. And that's our rotation system. This is one of the other sweater Albanese. This is more of a little dark hackled compared to the previous lemon hackled. And these guys are aggressive, especially when they have these vitamins, especially in molting season. They don't like to be messed with. And that's basically it, guys. That's how we rotate here at the ranch. We've been using this conditioning system. It's worked for us. We feel that it's a little more natural for the birds. And like I said, these birds respond real quick. They really don't need much conditioning. They basically do it on their own, scratching. They're very active. Man, once we give them the vitamins, they're flying up and down them flying pins. And we feel that that's all they need, compared to other systems where you bring the bird out, you move them around, you fly them around, and you do certain exercises to condition them. I feel that works in the long run. Here for the short knife, these fights end within a matter of seconds. They really don't need to go 10-15 minutes, because the short knife, it's a matter of seconds. And these guys, really, all they have to do is be in good condition, be flexible. This is what it allows, this rotating system, for them to be flexible. This is one of my sweater bloods. This doesn't have any cross in it, and man, this guy's looking good. As you guys saw right now, when I pinched his head while he was eating, he right away reacted. That's a sign that he's aware, he's alert, and he's ready. He's ready at all times. And like I said, these guys are aggressive during this time, and they're really man fighters. They're man fighters, but they're really good. They respond to this conditioning. They're always hungry. That's one thing I like about these birds. And here's one of our Kelso Cardinals. These guys are real good eaters as well. As you guys can see here, this is when he was shedding out all his feathers. He was still in his flying pen. And like I said, that's how we do this rotating system. We really don't like to move them around. And the rotation, and during the conditioning, a lot of people out here are starting to use anabolics. Basically, it's pretty much like roids, like Equipoise or Equigan. That's the new one from Tornel Labs, and a lot of people say they've used them, but like I said, I think that's more for another knife where they really got to go over 10 minutes. And I don't think it's really that necessary. But everybody does what they want with their birds. Everybody feels the need to do what they feel that they gotta do and what their birds need. Like I said, here at the ranch, we just like to do it naturally. Vitamins, good feed, and rotation. That's basically it. And as you guys saw, they're not even in conditioning, and those sweater Albanese look like they're ready. They're very alert. And all we did was rotate them and give them a shot of vitamins. That's about it. Will you guys let me know in the comments? I know a lot of folks in the US have way much experience than here in Mexico or Philippines. I know Philippines has been doing a great job as well. But you guys let me know in the comments how you guys condition, what has worked for you. One thing I want to know is who uses just natural vitamin B12 and who uses Equipoise or other types of steroids, and tell me the results. We're open to feedback. We really appreciate everyone's comments. And here you guys see how we rotate them in these 1 meter scratch pens here in the yard. They could eat a lot of grass, here in their flying pens. These guys flying up and down all day. And that's the importance of the rotation. move them around at least every 15 days after they molt it out, so they don't get stressed out. You know, they have a new environment. What I've noticed is that they tend to stress out in just one place. They get bored. They stop moving around. So when you rotate them and you move them to a new place, they really get active and they stay active and happy. This is one of my other sweaters, a white hackled sweater. And here's one of my sweater Albanese on the tie cords. We like to bring them out here in the morning. This is one of our tournament programs that we're gonna have in December. And just so you guys have an idea, it's a five cog tournament, 3 optionals from 2 kilograms up to a free weight, and one of 2 and 200 kilograms, and one of 2 and 300 kilograms. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you like this video. I'm going to continue dropping these videos. Please do me a favor and subscribe.